Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. Low on memory. The reason that Bob Arum don't put a whole lot into a lot of black fighters because their cash out value usually isn't as high as a person who has a whole country behind them. That's why I don't even like the term African American. Shit, you a black fighter in America, no country in Africa is all behind you. All of Africa don't stand behind you because you're a good fighter. No, you're an American. You're a black American. And as a black Americans don't even jump behind black Americans. Like LeBron James' fan base is worldwide. He don't have like all black Americans buying his shit. That's just not how it works. So as a businessman, you understand the difference between the cash out value of someone who has an entire country behind them and somebody who just may or may not be a star, possibly. You're rolling the dice. So he cashed out on Mayweather for that $3/4 million or $1 million, whatever it was. It wasn't enough. Whatever it was. And then he sees Mayweather making all this money. Mayweather goes and quadruples and just quintuples, just makes all this money. You gotta understand, Bob Arum is hurt. Bob Arum don't like that shit. Dog, Mayweather could have made Bob Arum more money than any fighter has. But Bob Arum lost out on that. That is the biggest investment he lost. That's like you managing Michael Jackson before he drops Thriller and you sell him. And then he drops Thriller and he's the biggest star in the world. You fucked up. Like, your feelings gonna be hurt. You never gonna like dealing with that person if you not get your money back. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta understand the dynamics of that. Okay, he cashed out on that. Now he has Pacquiao, and he wants to cash out on Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he's been using what is similar to the Great White Hope promotion thing. For anybody who knows boxing, you know that the Great White Hope, what they do is they try to build up a great Caucasian superstar to take out the champion. Nowadays, champions are different. There's like 4 or 5 champions in every weight class. It ain't the same as it used to be. But it used to just be 2, 3 champions, and then they fought each other and unified the titles. Then there was one champ. And once you beat that one champ, you are the baddest person in the world. That is the concept. The Great White Hope is supposed to be this pretty white boy, this handsome white boy that could beat the champ and be the champ, or the prospect who can beat the champ and be a megastar. You know what I mean? That is what that is. But anyway, Pacquiao is like the hope, the Mayweather hope, like the one fighter who could beat Mayweather. They've been building his name up behind Mayweather the entire time. For the last, like, damn near 10 years, they're like, oh, man, who can beat Mayweather? And they're like, oh, this guy, he looks like he can do it. I ain't going to say 10 years, but at least 5 years. They're like, oh, he can beat Mayweather. If you haven't noticed, every time a Pacquiao fight comes up, they talk about Mayweather. Every time Mayweather's fight comes up, he doesn't bring up Pacquiao. Other people started bringing up Pacquiao. And he's like, man, I'm worried about this fight. And he does his fight, he does his numbers and whatever. But the selling point for Pacquiao wasn't just, look at Pacquiao, he's great, he's phenomenal, look at him. It was, look at this guy, we think he can beat Mayweather. We think he can beat the champ. I mean, he's a champ and a lot of other people are champs, and like I said, it's kind of funny nowadays. But in actuality, Mayweather is what we would call the champ. And they look at it like, oh, we found someone who can beat the champ. We think this person, he's exciting, he's got good footwork, he's got fast hands, he can beat the champ. That is the dynamic that has been set up and built around Pacquiao. That's what makes this fight such a big deal. They've done a genius job with all the promotion of it, you know what I mean? But now if Bob Arum goes and he fights and he doesn't get a lot for it, Bob Arum's gonna be salty because this is his cash out fight. This is it. This is him cashing out. Now, I don't know if HBO and Showtime will both come together and both show it on pay-per-view. I don't know, because this is Showtime's cash out fight on Mayweather's contract, because I think it was a $300 million or something for 6 fights. So this is like Mayweather, or this is like Showtime's cash out fight. Like if Mayweather fights his last fight, they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. But this is the big money fight. This is the historically record-breaking fight. It's supposed to be the biggest fight in history. So everybody wants to cash out correctly on this fight. Everybody who's put whatever money in, whatever time in, they want to get a nice chunk of this huge pie. Because this is the cash out fight. Now people say, oh man, why would Mayweather have a rematch clause? There's a rematch clause in every champion's fight. Every champion, that is very normal. Every champion puts it down. Look, if my belt's on the line, I have a rematch clause. If somehow I lose by injury, fuckery, judges, referee, whatever, I have a rematch clause. I'm getting my title back. Now, there are times when people fight and they beat the champ and the champ loses so convincingly that the champ don't want a rematch. Champ like, he got it. And that happens. But I'm telling you, like, this fight, it's just so many dynamics in this fight. Like, the fact that Mayweather is scared of Pacquiao, like, I don't even believe that's a dynamic. Like, I don't think that has anything to do with the fight. Like, there's just so many little things. There's so many things, like the negotiations just went back and forth. Pacquiao sent his request back. Mayweather sent his counteroffer, and then Pacquiao countered the counteroffer. And Pacquiao's attorney said that it might be Bob Arum kind of, putting a wedge in things. And Pacquiao's people are saying that they have to go through Bob Arum to negotiate with Floyd. So Bob Arum is kind of holding the keys to the negotiation. And I mean, I don't know. That's just how negotiations are at the end of the day. Like, it's one side wants this, one side wants that. But for the people who've been trying to say that, Floyd is making the fight not go through, no. Floyd is standing on Floyd's grounds. Floyd feels how Floyd feels. Pacquiao has, Pacquiao has certain things that Pacquiao said he'll fight him for free, like he'll fight him for charity, right? And then when he's like, oh, okay, well, then take $20 million. Pacquiao's like, no, this is a big fight. I'm not taking $20 million. I look stupid. So he won't fight him for charity. That's just something to say to get him to come fight you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There really is, but there really isn't. But my point at the end of the day is it's just a lot of dynamics that go into this fight. And a lot of people want their money right, and a lot of people want their situation right, and it just makes sense, man. It just makes sense that it's bit by bit tedious and whatever. If the fight doesn't happen, I'm inclined to blame Bob Arum, because Bob Arum is the most emotionally attached person and wants the most money back on these investments, because Bob Arum invested in Mayweather before, and he cashed out on him, but it wasn't a good one. And Bob Arum made money and invested in Pacquiao, and he wants to cash out on him. Now, Pacquiao loses and retires or something like that. That's it. That's it for Bob Arum's investment. That is the end of it. He don't get no more money off Pacquiao. He wants to get as much as he can get for it. He wants to cash out as high as he can. If Pacquiao goes and fights and loses and it's over and he quits, Bob Arum, that's his cash cow. Pacquiao makes him the most money. Tim Bradley, Crawford, none of them dudes make him the kind of money that Pacquiao makes him. So y'all gotta understand all these things, man. Stop sitting there and just thinking in your head, oh, he must be scared. No, it's a lot of shit going on. A lot. It's your boy Lucky Luck, Lover Boy. I done took up enough time. Stay safe.